Hello, everyone. It is Pat with our Oracle card reading a message for this first full week of November. I hope the beginning of this month is going well for you. And I know here in the United States, we are coming into our midterm elections. So really interesting. So this is our energy forecast for the week. And as always, I'm starting out with the archangels to see what archangels are overseeing us this week and what their message is for us. Okay, so who can we call upon this week for help? Who's overseeing us? All right, we've had a couple pop out here to start out the week. First, we have Jeremiah with this message of overcoming difficulties. And it says, the worst is behind you, now behind you, and you're surmounting any previous challenges. So I think what's coming out in this message is that I think we're going to see some difficulties this week with the elections, with, people having issues with results. Maybe there may even be some politicians who call for, a recount or something like that. But there may be issues and concerns. So there's going to be difficulties there that we're going to have to get over. Once we get over them, it'll be behind us. But we're going to we have some challenges ahead of us this week that we're going to have to surmount. And Jeremiah he's an angel of prophecy, and he's got that beautiful amethyst color to his aura. And he does stimulate our idea. He brings new insights to us as well, but he can help us. We're in a time of transition, and that's what Archangel Jeremiah, that's what he helps us with in our human experience, is transitions. He's known to be the angel that helps newly crossed over souls to go through their, to go through their life review on the other side. He's an angel of mercy. So he does bring mercy and forgiveness of self and others into situations, okay? So, pardon me. I think it's heralding that we're going to have some difficulties this week. But not to lose hope, we are, there are difficulties that we are able to surmount and, get beyond them. But there may be some challenges, okay? The other card that came out for us was this one with Archangel Metatron, called Chakra Clearing. This is really about clearing out your energy, okay? Clearing out your energy, clearing out, which includes like old negative beliefs, things like that. And the chakras are the energy centers along our spine. And sometimes, in certain environments, we can absorb a lot through those chakras, and it can affect our energy levels. It can affect our ability to think positively, and things like that. So anyways, Metatron can work kind of like a little bit like a plumber to just kind of clear out the pipes of your energy, if you will. So call on him and ask for his help in clearing out those energy centers. All right. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to hear from Jeremiah with regard to this. So what I get about it as I look at it is that during this week, there may be certain things that we're looking to get taken care of, okay? And maybe you're trying to get your plans in place for the holidays, or get your car fixed, or what have you. And it may just seem like, because of small stupid little difficulties, that things are taking longer than what they normally are. You're going to try and do something, and or to get something taken care of, you call, but their computers are all down. And it's not that they can't help you, but they have to wait till the computer's back up. And so it's taking them, it's just taking longer to get done than what it does. It's also indicative of the fact that we're in as I mentioned a moment ago, Jeremiel is an angel of transition. So there's a lot of transitions going on, not just the transition in our political leaders that we may see take place, but there's a lot of transitions going on in the world. There's, things are breaking down, old systems. There are businesses that are going, going out of business. There are earth events going on. So it's just, he's letting us know that there's challenges ahead of us. Okay. And as I mentioned last week, there's a lot of things coming to light that are going to seem very challenging to us, and it's going to challenge us in the sense of how do we deal with this. Anyways, so work with Jeremiel this week for whatever you personally are encountering, or if you have, if you're troubled by what you see going on in the world at large. Okay, he's a hugely helpful angel. So let's see what's going on with the other cards. So for the rest of our reading, I have these, which are the messages from your angels, oracle cards. And also, I felt guided to work with the Earth Magic oracle card deck, because I like to check in sometimes, see what's going on with the Earth. So let's see what we have. What are the angels? Angels, what do you wish us to know? What are your messages for us for this coming week? All right, the first one is, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you, and I ask you to relax and feel safe. Okay, so this is kind of a mirroring of Jeremiel's image, okay? The worst is behind you, to feel safe and relaxed going forward. And this angel is right in front of a home, okay? So it's like a protective spirit, protective angel of the home, all right? And and I do feel like this message may be for someone out there who has been worried about whether or not they were going to lose their home and has been praying for help with that, okay? Or has been looking to find a home or a place that feels like home, that feels safe, that feels like you're surrounded by good neighbors, good community, things like that. So, and I feel like it's an answered prayer for some of you out there who have been praying for help in this turmoil, okay? Because it says you're protected from all types of harm. So you've been asking for that protection around you. Maybe you've been calling on extra angels or some of the archangels we've talked about, and because you want to have more of a feeling or a sense of safety. So that is coming in the beginning of the week for you. And it's a card that indicates that despite what you see going on around you, maybe in the political world or what have you, you feel safe, all right? Or you're addressing feelings of being safe in your home, where you are, in your community, etc. And for some people out there, this has to do with helping people find homes, okay? And it's somewhat related to the issue with the caravan, because I know there's a lot of people, there's large groups of people out there that are worried about, those poor people. They don't have a home. They're leaving their country. And there's a lot of you here within the United States who are involved with helping to relocate people, people who have been disrupted, or have lost their homes due to natural occurrences, the earthquakes, the storms, the fires that took place, all the earth-related events, okay? So this is a message that has to do with you too, finding new homes. And this is for people who are helping, you're involved in helping people find new homes where they can feel safe and etc. That's a huge part of the beginning of the week. Okay, so let's see. So the angels are looking after you with that, with helping people with home relocation. All right. So the other angels we have messages that have messages for us is this one, Ariel, with the message of new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view yourself in the world. Um, allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. Okay, so we just went through Halloween, which is spiritually one of the times when the veil is the thinnest. I know I had some serious dreams going on, and I'm sure a lot of you probably did too. And it's part of that opening. But for some of you, it might have been even more. So it's acknowledging those experiences. You may be having some more of them, okay? And it's, kind of stimulating you to open up a bit about it. Be open to your own intuitive abilities and to trust them instead of just brushing it off saying, oh God, that's so freaky and weird. And I know when it first starts to happen, it can seem freaky and weird, but it's really a normal part of our abilities. And wonderful and interesting, things can happen. So, but you might notice that your instances of what we call, not really coincidences, but there's a word for it or a phrase for it, and I can't think of exactly what it is at the moment. But when you have those times where you know before something happens how it's going to play out, or you think about someone someone's on your mind, and the next thing you know, you run into them or get a phone call from them. It's those kinds of things seem to be happening more often for you, especially recently. All right, so it's urging you to pay attention to them. It's part of your natural, I call it your natural mystical ability. But it's changing the way that you're realizing you're kind of in tune and in sync with things. And your own intuition is giving you a heads up. So it's maybe time to learn more about those experiences. And so tune in, pay attention to them. Don't be afraid of it, okay? Acknowledge it. So, the end of the week, we have Adriana, who's here to say, I'm leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I'm communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. So our intuition is really on this week, okay? And so, again, this is a card urging you to pay attention to that. You may have asked for help, and they're leading you to the answer to your prayers, but it requires you to pay attention to your intuition and not let logic jump in and override everything. That is a classic, get in the way tactic of the ego or something. Our own logic kind of steps in and says, no, that couldn't be it. It doesn't sound practical, blah, blah, blah. But your intuition is telling you or giving you that piece of information that's calling you towards something new and different or something else. So that's what this card indicates. It says it requires you to listen to your intuition and follow through on those new ideas that you've had, dreams of your own that you've had of following through on, okay? So, and the angel is guiding you, and it requires, there's children featured in this image, but because in some ways when you're letting the angels help you and relying on your intuition, you kind of have to have a little bit of childlike trust, okay? And follow, kind of following it a little bit that way. Trust is huge when it comes to working with the spiritual realm, okay? So, yeah, you're with this card I get middle of the week, you're really finding a lot of signs and symbols. You've been talking to spirit more, or writing down your dreams or your feelings or journaling, and you're getting like signs and symbols that are coming to you pretty quickly. It might be coins for some people, or certain signs of your like deceased loved one who's passed on. So those experiences are real, so pay attention to them, okay? So let's see what's going on with the earth here, with these earth magic oracle cards. Oh, okay, there's one that jumped out at us already. What do we want to know about what's going on with the earth here at this time? Oof. Okay. All right. So, and as I pull these cards and the way they came out, as I had them in front of me, I put them underneath the card that they go with. Like, for example, this one popped out first, so I put it right underneath this card, which came out for the beginning of our week. So, and this is a picture of the wolf, okay? And it's about trusting your instincts, okay? We all have them. You know, it's not just intuitive information that comes into your senses. We all have basic instincts about things, and a lot of it is related to, you know, the weather changes that go on around us, earth changes and things like that. So in this instance, sorry, what they're showing us is that it's time to pay attention to and trust your instincts, especially as it relates to the safety of your home. Okay, this is guidance from your own higher consciousness and from spirit. Okay. And listen to what your instincts are telling you. They might be calling you to a completely different location in a different area of the country, okay, that's going to be safer for you. So pay attention to that. The wolf is, I understand in spirit animal study, that the wolf is like a teacher, okay? So he may have teachings for you that way in regard to paying attention to and trusting your instincts, okay? So middle of the week, we got the increase in spiritual experiences or psychic and intuitive experiences, okay? And these are the cards that came out for the middle of the week with this deck. And this focus card has this beautiful, I don't know how well you can see it on here, but it's completely surrounded by amethyst, which is a crystal that really lifts your energy to the spiritual and the angelic realm and helps you connect much better with your intuitive abilities. It really heightens your clairvoyance and other things, other spiritual intuitive abilities. So it helps you to focus there, okay? But both, and there's this one that came out along with it, Breathe, okay? And it's an image that's out in the forest. So it's about getting outside, and this one has the water in it, and being connected to nature to help you focus and tune into those abilities, to help expand those abilities, all right? Nature is incredible for helping your own intuitive abilities to expand. Your own, even if you don't want to think of it as that, you know, it's a great way of expanding your connection to your own inner authority and inner knowledge, okay? Your own inner essence, where the answers to many things lie, okay? So think of it that way. But amethyst crystals are also highly protective. So if some of you have fear around those abilities opening up and expanding, amethyst crystal in that color is highly protective, and it will bounce away lower negative energies, okay? The end of the week, excuse me, we had Adriana about following the steps and using your intuition, okay? So the cards that came out for the end of the week had to do with rebirth and wake-up call. All right, these two fell out. So this one is, the image on it is a full moon and a big wave of water, okay? And it says tsunami on it. So I have a feeling that this has a lot to do with the outcome of our elections. And as I mentioned before, that there's a lot of things that's going to be revealed and come to light. And it's going to be a wake-up call for us. But it's a wake-up call that stimulates a lot of rebirth, okay? Remember last week's message that that came in at the end of the week about a blessing in disguise. And I was saying that sometimes as things get revealed, they look pretty ugly. It's doesn't make us feel good to see it or know what's going on or know that it has been going on. It's ugly. But it's a blessing in the sense that it brings about rebirth, a new beginning, okay? And rebirths, and these cards often, like when you get the bat or something as an animal card, it signals that something is dying because something new is being reborn, okay? Something new comes out of it. And that happens in many ways in nature. I mean, we're in the fall right now when the leaves in the trees, they turn beautiful red and orange and yellow, and the trees let go of all of their leaves. So in a sense, it's a dying that takes place. But it's a dying that generates a huge rebirth in the spring. And all the leaves come back and the beautiful flowers, and there's a surge of creative, a surge of life force that comes through in the spring that brings us all of that. So that's what, to me, these cards, have to do with, okay? And it may be, also that some of you get a wake-up call in your own personal life. It could be a medical emergency. It could be, something that happens to someone in your family. I certainly hope it's not that, but as I look at these cards, I get little hits on what it is in the bigger picture of things, like what we may see in the world at large, but also what it may mean for us personally. So in some way, this wake-up call is the beginning of something new for you, which, I mean, that happens when you get a wake-up call. If you have a medical emergency or you've had a heart attack or something, you get a rebirth of, learning about self-care, and that gives you ultimately more energy, more fitness, a healthier and happier life, or it can. So anyways, that's what's in the energies this week, okay? With what's going on. There's a lot about paying attention to your instincts and your intuition. Doesn't mean you don't use your logic. I mean, it doesn't mean you don't think practically about things, but there are times when logic can get in the way. And sometimes there are times when you need to pay more attention to our logical sense of things. But there's also other times when our intuition is a better guidance system for us than what logic dictates. So anyways, those are our messages for the week. I hope they resonate with you. And we'll see how it plays out this week. But anyways, thank you so much for watching all of my videos. Thank you all for your lovely comments. I always appreciate them. And I look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Take care, everyone.